Now, this is interesting. The third quarterback off the board, I love this comparison because these two guys couldn't be more different as quarterbacks, but they have one big similarity. The night they were drafted, or the night they will be drafted if we extrapolate ahead, huge questions about both. Huge questions, but in different ways. Third quarterback taken off the board in 2018 was Josh Allen to the Buffalo Bills. We know what he's turned into, but just remember draft night. Mac Jones, tons of questions of himself. Mike has him going to the 49ers at third after San Francisco gives up a haul to get there. Better, same, or worse? Josh Allen with the Bills and all those questions floating in 2018, Key, or the same with Mac and the 49ers this spring?
I think it's a better situation. You think about the 49ers 2 years removed from the Super Bowl. Mac Jones can learn under Jimmy Garoppolo. Kyle Shanahan is a terrific offensive mind in this league. He knows what to do with quarterbacks. He understands offensive philosophy. You look at Josh Allen, they had to go out and sign and trade wide receivers to get Stephon Diggs, to get Cole Beasley, to come over so that you can see the evolution of Josh Allen to where he is today, talking about an extension, because he certainly has turned things around in his third year, where that wasn't the case his first couple years. So I would say Jones is going to land in a better situation because of that.
Yeah, completely agree. I think the best 21-person roster in the NFL non-quarterback is the 49ers. And you just think about, they are loaded from Deebo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk, Raheem Mostert, George Kittle, on and on and on. I think it's tailor-made. But here's something else that's interesting, guys. If I'm the 49ers, why not play Jimmy Garoppolo? Why not, again, Patrick Mahomes sat for 15 games his rookie year. So let Mac Jones come along slowly if you can't get the right value for Jimmy G. So I think it's an ideal situation, much better than what Josh Allen had in Buffalo.
And as Kia said a million times, and I totally concur, I mean, Garoppolo completes one pass to Emmanuel Sanders. We're not even talking about this. We're talking about Garoppolo being the next Montana or Young, and the 49ers aren't in the 3 spot. It's amazing what the margins in this league can do. One throw or one incomplete throw can change everything. Okay, 4th of 5. Again, if you're just joining us, 5 quarterbacks selected in 2018 in the first round. Mike's got 5 in the first 8. A run on signal callers in 2021. We're stacking them both up. This one, I mean, this is like grading the incomplete, I guess. I mean, 4th quarterback taken in the 2018 draft was Josh Rosen, who very confidently said he was going to make all those other teams pay for not drafting him. I wonder how that's worked out for him. 2021, according to Mike, I'm just stating facts, folks. I'm just the facts guy. In 2021, Mike's got the 4th quarterback coming off the board, being Trey Lance to the Falcons. You know where I stand on this. Josh Rosen, better, same, or worse? Him being selected by Arizona, or presumptively, as Mike said, Key here, Trey Lance going to the ATL?
You know, here's a good situation if he was going to Atlanta, because, you got a veteran quarterback in Matt Ryan. You got Arthur Smith coming over from Tennessee as a head coach, offensive-minded guy. He can sit and learn for a couple years behind Matt Ryan before he's thrown to the wolves. And I think he needs to be able to do that because, first of all, he's not going to have any offseason, really. I mean, it's going to continue to be one of those situations where, because we're in a pandemic, they're not going to really be able to get their hands on him the way that they would like to. You know how coaches are. They want to work with their players. So having him learn behind a guy like Matt Ryan for several years is not a bad thing. If you go back in the history of the NFL, that is the way it's been. And that's the way it was, Mike, in the past, is guys that were drafted had veterans in front of them, set and wait their turn, then they became something successful. I see that with Trey Lance because he's got a little bit of work to do.
Key, completely agree. Quarterback is fundamentally a developmental position. Quarterbacks can get better. You know, even a guy like Mitch Trubisky, who has struggled for big parts of his career, he's actually played better. You know, we've seen it recently with Ryan Tannehill. He did some good things in Miami, obviously doing great things in Tennessee. You know, most notably somebody like Drew Brees. Chargers move on from him. The rest is history. So I think for Trey Lance to sit for a year or two, I think he's the most intriguing quarterback in this draft. I think his upside is limitless. He has ideal physical characteristics. He's incredible from an intangible standpoint. If we would have plugged him in, not at North Dakota, but someplace in the Big Ten, I think we'd be having a much bigger discussion about Trey Lance. So I completely agree. And, you know, Josh Rosen, remarkably, he's already been on 3 teams, Tampa Bay, Miami, and Arizona. So, you know, that obviously hasn't worked out. But I think Trey Lance is really intriguing. And if he could sit for a year or two, like he said, I think that's ideal.
No question about it. Trey Lance from Marshall, Minnesota, right there, as Mike said, in Big Ten country. Anybody could have had him. Anybody Could have had him.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN Plus right now.